Also, cut down on the time it takes to do something. For example, if you're trying to train someone to do a job, how many iterations should you do it? What is the average progress made between each iteration? So, if you can cut down on the time between rounds, you'll get better results much faster. If it takes a model a couple of days to train, that's not a big deal. But if it only takes a couple of hours, that is. But they passed this test, and I told the Dojo team that it was good if the software team wanted to turn off the GPU cluster. But it doesn't work for them to keep the GPU cluster on. Tesla's owners are very excited about the company's newest patent. This new patent shows that Tesla has made a lot of progress in the way it approaches robots. It mainly talks about the complex neural networks and machine learning techniques that make it possible for these bots to work with an unprecedented level of accuracy and efficiency. We're not just talking about small changes. Tesla is pushing the limits of what bots can do, from smart power management to moving naturally. This patent shows a move away from common solutions like mobile EY. This shows that Tesla is dedicated to creating custom, high-performance technologies that meet their special needs. If you're new to the tech world, a Tesla fanatic, or just interested in the latest developments in AI and robots, this episode will give you a deep understanding of Tesla's technology strategy and where it's going next. Hold on tight, because we're about to get into the specifics of this interesting patent right here on Tesla Stock News. Thank you for watching this movie. If you find it helpful, please like it and subscribe to get more Tesla news. Now, let's begin. This patent adds a complex use of neural networks and machine learning to the bot's core functions, making it easier for them to find their way around and identify objects. Thanks to the clever design of actuators that combine motors, gearboxes, positioners, and controls optimized through neural networks, these technologies are now essential for the bots to move like humans. As we look deeper, the patent shows how the motors are carefully lined up to support humanoid kinematics. This lets the bots move in ways that are very similar to how humans move. The patent also talks about how Tesla manages its intellectual property strategically. By carefully filing these patents before they become public, Tesla protects its cutting-edge technologies, making sure that their groundbreaking work is protected against possible intellectual property disputes. When it comes to designing Tesla's bots, the patent goes into more detail about how machine learning models and image cameras can work together. This mix not only powers the bots, but it also controls the motors with a complex vision-based system. This setup lets the bots connect with their surroundings in a way that is dynamic and responsive, just like people do. Tesla's method shows how dedicated they are to making machines that are not only useful, but also smart and able to interact with humans. Many details about how to use convolutional neural networks and transformer networks are given in the paper. For processing video data from cameras on Tesla cars and robots and turning it into usable vectors, these technologies are essential. There are several steps in this process where the machine learning model uses different parts to turn raw data into results that the system can use. This complex method lets Tesla's systems respond more accurately and quickly. The patent describes Tesla's advanced camera configurations and neural network technology. These include side, back, and what are called mother's eye cameras, all of which are built into Tesla cars. These cameras send important visual data to the neural networks, which process and use it to let the bots drive themselves and move around. With this combination, Tesla is showing how it is using cutting-edge technology to make its cars and robots safer and better at what they do. Traditional industrial robots use vision systems and inverse kinematics to make precise moves. Tesla's method uses a system that is easier to understand. This system uses machine learning to make movements possible without having to do specific calculations. This makes the system responsive and flexible like a person. This method is a big change from standard robotics. It uses advanced AI technologies to make robotic interactions more fluid and natural. The patent also gives us a look into an exciting future where bots are not only flexible, but also great at sports that humans usually do best, like tennis and skiing. This is done by giving the bot complex training programs that use neural nets and machine learning to make it better at these skills. Tesla also mentions the idea of a skills marketplace, which would be a website where people can download specific skills that the bots didn't code. Does not come without some problems. It needs a lot of computing power and resources, which points to the rise of a two-tiered skills market. In this market, how hard it is to get Elons and how well they do will rest a lot on how much money is spent on their development and training. This shows that different people have different levels of skills depending on the resources they have access to. In addition, the document talks about how different types of bots might be able to work on their own and also learn from and change each other. This ability for bots to learn from each other could completely change how these machines grow and specialize over time. But this makes it harder for writers to make sure that their software works with different bot marketplaces. This means making structures that let bots with different designs and functions talk to and learn from each other, which makes them smarter and more useful as a whole. Going to a different part of the invention, Tesla shows big plans for many different kinds of bot forms. The company wants to use millions of different kinds of Tesla bots, which could look like animals or people. It is very hard to make machine learning methods work with all of these different embodiments because they are so different. Because these bots can't be made exactly the same, they each need their own set of algorithms that can make their functions and interactions work better. This way, all of the models can do their jobs well and quickly. The last part of the patent describes how Tesla strategically combined its full self-driving computer with information it got from working with OpenAI. This partnership has been very important in teaching Tesla's FSD computers advanced neural networks, which has made them better at making decisions. The patent also suggests that a local voice link might be added, which would make it easier for drivers and the FSD system to talk to each other in real time. This feature is meant to make the car more responsive to the driver's inputs and preferences. This will make driving easier to understand and more in line with each person's wants. Tesla's new patent, which aims to change the way cars talk to their passengers, shows that the company is still pushing the limits. The patent describes a new way to do things that involves using multiple heads with knowledge in different areas to control what the car does. The goal of this method is to use specialized information from various fields to improve and guide how the vehicle acts in different situations. As a result, driving is not only smoother, but also easier to understand. This makes sure that passengers have a smooth and well-informed experience with the car. Now that we're back on topic, another interesting thing about Tesla's innovation is that the company might work with explainable AI to improve control over robot intelligence. This agreement shows a smart move to include XAI, which could be very important in controlling how bots think and act. It's not just about functional control, like having 25% of the votes on decisions. It's also about how well AI knows and interacts with the world. Tesla's approach is still mostly about improving movement and neural network applications for this reason, not making AI understand more about the world. A lot of work is also going into making user interfaces and language interactions better, which are necessary for making communication between people and robots more natural and effective. Because of specific needs and worries about responsiveness, Tesla's path to innovation has led to a strategic shift away from mobile UI. Tesla found that mobile solutions were usually made to meet a lot of different driving needs for a lot of different cars. But Tesla's specific needs for speed and responsiveness meant that a different method had to be taken. Mobile AI might be able to use Tesla's huge computing power, which would be good for both companies. However, Tesla chose to focus on solutions that are more in line with their specific technical and performance goals. As we learn more about Tesla's progress, a new patent reveals the secrets of how the bot brain moves naturally. The patent, which now includes images from the AI Day 2 talk, shows different actuators and graphs that show what they do. Even though there aren't many specifics in the patent text, it gives a very good outline of how the right actuators and motors for Tesla's bots were chosen. This step is very important for making sure that the robots work well and act naturally to different situations. Tesla is also looking into ways to make the best use of power for different jobs in another part of his technological research. The patent shows how Tesla looked at how much power was needed.